G'day guys, welcome back to the Fon Supercoach YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing round 8, in which I scored 2,201 points, which was a reasonable score apparently. Which I was a little bit surprised with, to be honest, because I have no good rucks really. My only ruck is dual rucking. I didn't have any really massive scores outside of Holmes. I guess I got a Petrarca C. I guess my rookie roulette was a little bit better than others, but anyway, let's jump into it. I also won my Supercoach Cup matchup, which is very important for someone who's currently ranked 50k. So yeah, no game-by-game review this week. I don't think it's as meaningful at this point, so I'm just going to go through the players individually. Whitfield was really good. Lockie Ash has moved into the midfield, which means pretty much all the junk behind the ball is Whitfield's. Now, Ash, I'm going to be totally honest, has absolutely no idea what he's doing in the midfield. So he tends to just drift back and get a lot of junk, when I think if there was a midfielder that was going to do that, they would prefer it be Callahan. But anyway, I don't know what's going on inside the Giants coach's box, but that's just my assessment. But it's really good for Whitfield, so I'm not going to complain about that. I will keep going with it. So Sinclair, I will admit the one game I didn't watch this week was the Saints and Carlton, because I know what I'm getting from Carlton every week. It is a woeful second half performance, and I don't find the Saints very interesting. So I can't really comment on this. I will say it is concerning because he hasn't tonned in a while. Yeah. So 3 of the last 4 sub 100. I guess they're not disaster, but the last 2 games were good matchups as well. So I don't know. The Marvel run is very good though. So we will continue to hold the faith with Sinclair. Clark 85. Yeah, I never want to own this pick ever again. But unfortunately, I have another 16 or 15 or whatever it is weeks of Jordan Clark. This is just... this is too frustrating. I can't. I just can't. I can't handle it. This should have been a good matchup as well, so I don't know. I don't understand it. Luke Ryan is doing my head in. I just should never have picked this, so I'm going to lament that the whole year. Worrell was a little bit better, but just not as much junk in this game for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a combination of Adelaide trying to play faster or Port just being very good against transition teams defensively. But I can't work out for the life of me what's going on here, to be honest. So he's just getting less ball. There was no Dawson this week, so very, very surprised by this. Also, this game was an absolute belter that was nearly ruined by some very, very dubious umpiring, but I think the right team won. Even though I tipped Port, I would have been very happy with that. But anyway, yeah, Worrell is a fake premium, I think. And Houston was actually pretty good, and I'm kind of more confident in this pick than Worrell at the moment. I understand there were 2 absolute stinkers, but he just looked way better this game. I don't know why. Collingwood were giving the ball to him more. There was more kick-ins, and then there was also that play in the first quarter where he got 4 kicks, I think 3 handball receives. I think one of them was from the kick-in. And also got a score assist, just all up one wing in one play, which was unbelievable to watch. And would have liked to see a little bit more of that. Also kicked 2 points. So he could have gone absolutely... This could have been a 160, but anyway, not turning our nose up at a 135. He was tremendous. And hopefully his usage is similar to what it was in this game. Lindsay in the Spoon Bowl was not too bad. Can't believe West Coast lost this, to be honest. I think he will need to go after this week. Another good matchup against Melbourne. Had a good... the ground was good to him last week, so we'll see how he goes. But I'm not really expecting... Even if this one is an 80, I don't think that he's going 80 the next week against GWS. Could he rebound against these 2 teams? Yes, but it's the one spike score and a really random 80 in a bad matchup and a bad ground. So I'm sort of saying we'll give Lindsay one more week and then we're going to turn him into either a ruckman or someone else and carry some cash, I think. Then Selwood scores well in these matchups, but I think it's about time for him to go. You could probably hold this week, but I'm of the view that if you have to get rid of someone, it's pretty reasonable to move a Selwood on. So that's probably what I'll be doing. And then Flynn Perez didn't play, but Scrimshaw was the worst player on the ground. So maybe he gets a reprieve here. So that would be nice. Was there a suspension from this game or an injury or something? I think Sicily came off at some point with his shoulder. So I don't know. Maybe Sicily gets managed. Who do they play? Oh, Freo. They're probably not managing for that. And then rolled the VC on Butters. Just had like a really bad kicking, probably first half. But still a tremendous player, obviously. Went the 117. Wasn't brave enough to take that. Why? Is it brave to take a 117? No, it's probably the opposite of brave. But I kind of was just like, Petrarca's got a good record at home. I'm just going to back that in. So that's what I did. And then Dacos, another absolutely terrible game kicking-wise from Nick. Hopefully he bounces back. He's not bouncing back this week. He's got a Mullen tag. I will say the Jordan tag was bad again this week. Like I'm wondering if they just drop it at some point. So yeah, I don't know. This week might be a tough watch. What's his break even? 157. Why is it so high? Oh, this was only a 105. Yeah. Yep, not good. Oh well. Non-owners get a cheap Nick Dacos. Well done to them. Sheasel got tagged. I thought he was actually pretty good through this Mullen tag as well, to be honest. Like, took a nice contested mark. Was still finding the footy. I think if the hand wasn't affecting him, he probably would have scored another 10 or so points as well. So, very happy with Sheasel, obviously. Dunkley, I knew this trade-in was a punt, by the way. So, what did I do last week? I think it was Jones, Rechko, and Dunkley in for Farrow, Blamires, and Jakes, because Jakes was dropped. So I knew this was a punt. I'm hoping this was a week early. I will say that the entire Lions team, after about the first 25 minutes of this game, just didn't look interested. So I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt this week. Hopefully he goes well against Carlton. We will see. Again, he's gone 110 in this role for the last 5 years of his career. So I'm confident he turns it around. Just don't know to what degree that'll be. Bruin, another bad game. I think you could hold this week. I think I will hold this week. Break even of 70. You can obviously flick this as well. It's not the end of the world to trade this by any means, even if he keeps going well. I don't know what the run's like. Like, you would imagine Collingwood is a good matchup, but then Brisbane, Sydney probably aren't great. But obviously Carlton, Adelaide, Gold Coast probably are great. So I don't know. I think you could cash Bruin in if you wanted to as well. Grill, time to go, 34. So just, why did I hold Grill over Blamires? I really went the matchup and the ground where I thought West Coast, even in Perth, would be much better than Geelong in Geelong. But I think I failed to consider two things. Firstly, Grill is 19. They're just not, these 19-year-olds just aren't, they don't have the physical endurance to keep pushing on through these rounds like the more mature age guys like a Blamires. And secondly, Blamires was off a break, a rest. So, and that really matters for these guys as well that are early in games in their career. So I think that was probably a bad decision on my part. It cost me about 15K and I think 20 odd points. So is what it is. But I'm not sweating on this one. Just a good one for process where even though I was going to trade Grill this week anyway, probably, unless he had some ridiculous spike score. So backing the guy in who's a little bit older off a break was probably better than the rookie who sort of looked like he was hitting this rookie wall anyway. For those who don't know, the rookie wall is just when these 18, 19, 20-year-olds just start dropping stinkers. And it tends to happen when you generally see it a couple games before when they start fading out of games. And that just happened in this game where he was good for the first quarter, but really bad after quarter time. So, well, not bad, just couldn't get involved. So yeah, that's that. Murdoch 61. I think he was pretty inefficient at the start of this game. Rechko as well had a really good first quarter, but petered out. Angry Anderson, just clanger after clanger for him, unfortunately. I think he holds his spot. It's going to take a little bit of time to kickstart this cash gen though, although these matchups are probably not too bad for that. So hopefully he does that. Artie Jones, 58, was really good. So yeah, we take that. Hopefully, I mean, this probably isn't a great matchup, but Carlton, Melbourne, Collingwood, you would imagine, would not be bad at all for them, particularly at Marvel. So should get some good cash out of Artie. Watkins, the dud, didn't play, which is good. And then Gawn. So Gawn literally, again, second rucked until the last quarter, where for whatever reason he played almost the entire quarter and Heath barely played. I think there is a chance that Heath doesn't play next week. Just the really low tog in the fourth quarter suggests to me that the coach didn't like something either structurally or with Heath's ruck work. So Heath was really good in the centre bounces. He was actually far more effective than Gawn was. There was a couple of, probably 3 or 4 examples where Heath just hit the ball forward and Windsor would run onto it and kick it inside 50, resulted in a goal one time for Windsor. So I don't know where they go with this, but it is very obvious that Gawn is much better around the ground, not giving up free kicks. There was a really bad free kick given up to Grundy that led to a Grundy goal. So I am not sure if Heath will play next week. Even though my check went down, I think there's Kentfield in the twos, who is a rookie price player for us, who I thought would get an opportunity earlier on in the year. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this is a rested-ish Gawn against West Coast this week, because I need a straight C option, if I'm being honest, this week. And McAndrew, 91. Porter, an easy ruck matchup, so I thought this was a good hold. And so I held. And he's got Richmond this week, which is another good matchup. Hopefully he can get the break even nice and low before running into Tristan Cherry. What is an 88? Yeah, 88 makes the break even 49, so I can probably hold for another week, which would be good. Zach Steltzky didn't play. So went the C on track. He was tremendous. This was looking like an absolute master stroke at quarter time. But the bloke did nothing in the second quarter, so it is what it is. But yeah, he was good. And then Pickett through the James Jordan tag was tremendous. So wrap for Cozzy. This was honestly a no-brainer start. If I worked out that the mid-time would be this good. Unfortunately, I did not. Took Miller, 104. Just starts scoring as the game goes on. It always starts a bit slow, but gets going, which is really good. He was good this week. I'm not sure how good Took Miller is going to be when Matt Rowell is back, but I don't know when Rowell is back. There's rumours that it's maybe a 4 to 6 week injury rather than a 1 weeker. And then McInerney was really good as well, just sort of faded out of the game in the fourth quarter. Flanders, I think there is scope for Flanders to get rested this week, because I think his TOG's been quite low. Where can I get this? I do AFL matches. Pretty sure all these stats are in here now. All stats, here we go. Where is Mr. Flanders? Do we have TOG? Here we do. We do have TOG. Okay. 79 TOG. Okay, that's not low. He's taking 2 kick-ins as well. As I said, I didn't watch this game, so I don't know, but he doesn't look like he's moving well, Flanders, so I don't know if he gets rested or not. I wouldn't mind, to be honest, but we'll see how that goes. Marshall, 41. Played a bit forward, played a bit back. I don't know. I think this guy's going to lose his job at some point. I don't mean that he's going to get sacked. Like, he's just going to get dropped. He is slow. Like, he's only good when the ball is in his hands, and otherwise he's a complete liability. So I don't know how long this lasts. I'm hoping it lasts for another week at least, because this should be a good matchup for him scoring-wise, but who knows? Maybe he can reset the scoring into another reasonable matchup in Gold Coast. So we shall see. Filippo, 80. Again, didn't watch this game, so I don't know how this happened, but very happy with that. And he is making really nice cash now. With a 60, I think he goes... Oh, this is protected 80. So with a 60, it's going to be like another 25k. That'd be really nice. And has Richmond the week after. So, yeah, very happy with this hold. And then Lombard got his biggest score of the year. I thought he was much better in this game, and I think these Slotfest upcoming games at TIO are going to really help him. So, yeah, very happy with him as well. And Max Holmes, 150, was really good. I considered captaining this, but I just didn't know who Finn O'Sullivan would go to. And then Finn O'Sullivan didn't even tag, and they sent Simpkin to Baz, who he actually did a pretty good job on Bailey Smith. So, yeah, very happy with Holmes. He played like... He had really weird positions this game. So a lot of the time he started forward, and I believe he played under 35% time in defense, which means he still is close to defender status but may not get there. So not sure what they were doing, but he scored well, so I don't really care. If he gets defender status, he gets it. If not, he doesn't. So I'm not stressing over that too much. All right, let's talk about trades this week. So this guy has to go. And I think this guy has to go. So I think there are probably going to be 3 options that people talk about. Can I do break even here? I can. So it's going to be Buslinger, Cumming, and Burton. I think are going to be the main talking points. You could go Edwards. Edwards is a good player. So I think his job security is actually reasonable. But I kind of want someone with a little bit better scoring power and a little bit more cash gen at this point, which is why I'm leaning towards Cumming. I think people will get sucked into Bustlinger. I do think this is a trap though. I understand that this Freo game is a reasonable matchup. Sorry, isn't a good matchup, and neither is this Sydney team. But Bustlinger looks lost defensively, so I don't know how long Lobb is out for, or James O'Donnell, but I'm just very concerned about him holding this role. He's also getting a lot of ball that I just didn't really think he would get. And he sort of needs to get to about like 340 to really be worthwhile. I just don't think so. So if this was in round 2 and there was long-term injuries, I'd like consider this, but I just don't want to deal with it at this point. And I want a little bit more cash. So the one I'm going with is Cumming. The reason I'm not going for Burton is because I am just a little bit skeptical of his job security. Again, I know Richmond have a lot of injuries, but his scoring power hasn't been great in 2 good matchups, I would say, Melbourne and West Coast. I'm just not sure about this Burton role. I think it's reasonable to go there if you really need the cash. I do not, so I'm not going there. And then the Primo, so I'm just missing on Bont. I think Bont actually gets rested this week. If he doesn't, I will reconsider, but I'm pretty sure he will. The Primo I want, though, is Finn Callahan, who is under 500k, which just seems like an absolute bargain to me. So I'm locking this in. The reason I'm willing to wait on Bont at least one more week, even if he is picked, is that he looks very, very sore. And I think Bevo is suggesting that they would like to rest him at some point. So, that's the way I'm going. I also would like... There's rumours that Grundy gets rested, so... I don't know. If Bont and Grundy got rested, I'd take that. That would probably net me like 10k ranks on its own. But ideally, Grundy would play so that he gets a tough matchup in Cherry. And I get to see one of those guys drop not a great score so that I can potentially jump on. What's North's fixture? Yeah, see, this is a good matchup for Cherry. But then Witts is back. I don't know how I'm getting rucks in. Maybe I just hold McAndrew till he's bye and then play best 18 for a while. I don't know. It's very weird for me. Very, very, very weird. But I could, in theory, boost Bont in. I could also... Can I boost McCluggage? McCluggage is another one that I'm quite interested in. I can't afford, can I? Why did I not pop? Oh, because it's MCC. There we go. Yeah, so I'm 5k short here. Which is a little bit annoying. But as I said, I don't mind holding Bruin for another one. He's been quite good, so I don't mind holding him. So yeah, that's kind of the trades I'm thinking. I'm just going to hold this boost. I think there's a reasonable argument for saying, what position is Burton even? He's mid. I think there's an argument to say, you could double downgrade this week because it doesn't look like we're going to get many rookies on the horizon. I just don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards with trades. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll probably loop Anderson and Cumming. Even though Rechko's been good. I can't do that. Watkins plays way too early. So I'll just field Cumming. I know Cummings' role has been a little bit inflated by Taranto being out, but I don't know. He's put up 2 good scores. I know they're bad teams, but Melbourne's been good, but they give up points to their midfield. I don't know. I also just think Cummings a good player, so I'm kind of happy to cop this, to be honest, if this doesn't work out. Sam Cummings, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for now. And then how am I lining up this week? So I'm going to field Filippo against the Suns. Do this. Line up like this. And I can't loop here because all the loops start early. Could I boost in a loop? Who would I boost out to get a loop? I'm not going to do that before seeing like a potential VC score. I mean, I probably just have to VC Clark, which just sounds absolutely insane. It's like VC Clark C Butters probably. Oh, his record is elite against the Dogs as well at Adelaide Oval. I'm sort of willing to do this. If Heath isn't named, I will just straight see Gawn, no questions asked, but I don't actually mind straight seeing Butters. I think Petrarca is also another really good option this week. There honestly aren't that many good options, to be totally honest. Like, I think Bont, if you've got him, is not a bad option. I think Ed Richards is not too bad of an option. Obviously, Butters. This game, like, I don't really know if you want to go Cherry or Grundy, but if you have Kalani White, then I think you could roll the dice with a VC on one of them for sure. Oh, Finn Callahan against Essendon. Ooh, that's interesting. So if Heath is named, and like let's just say for example Flanders gets managed, then I'll probably go VC Callahan or VC Butters into Callahan. Although Petrarch's not bad as well. Same with Holmes as well. Holmes is quite good this week against Collingwood. The history's not really there, but I don't really care about history. I do think Butters has the highest like ceiling here though. I feel like he went massive on the Dogs recently. High score's 159, so it was this game. Well, lots of decisions to make here. I don't know. This is what I'm going to go with for now. But yeah, I think I could go Holmes. I could go Pickett, but I probably don't have as much confidence in Pickett. I don't know what the high score's been for Cos. I have a feeling we just blast West Coast and Cos. He doesn't really care too much. Well, I'm sort of hoping we blast West Coast anyway. I don't know. Maybe I get a loop and it won't matter. I'm foreseeing this week where I have no loop just being a disaster for me. I just don't believe in it. Maybe Jordan Clark he owes me a 160. So maybe he gives me a 160. I don't know. I'm not counting my chickens there, to be honest, but not getting my hopes up. So yeah, I don't know. We'll run with this. I could go Holmes. Could go Callahan. I think I like my man Butters. He was picked as the captain's option, so I'm going to go with it. And then I think I've talked about all the trade options. There's also... It is a good week to get Bont, by the way. I just have a feeling he's going to get rested. And then Cherry, like... This is not a good week to get in Cherry, I don't think. Not against Butters. Although this is that was against Rob. Although he probably monsters McAndrew as well. And Tobin Murray. Tobin? I don't know. But against Witts. Jackson Cox. Then against these donkeys at West Coast. I think if I don't have a second ruck by this West Coast, Richmond, Essendon, Port fixture, Cherry has to be in. He must be rammed into the side. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Again, I would also hold Bruin and McAndrew and Murdoch, I think. Although Murdoch is probably not far off being cashed in unless he goes another spike score. So yeah, that's where I am at. I guess it's worth talking. Like, what do you do if you've got like Rochelle's, Zerha's, these types? I think Zerha, unfortunately, you probably have to trade because he could just get flicked forward at any point now, and that's a little bit of a disaster. Rochelle, I think, is probably a hold, even though like he's playing a lot of forward time. It's just, I don't know. It's tough. What are they even priced at? 416. Like maybe you could cash Rochelle in 370. Zerha's probably like, yeah, I don't know. It's if you've got both of them, you're in an awkward spot. So I don't know. I don't even know what you do. Like. You really don't want to be sidewaysing or cashing in fake primos, as I'll call them, at this point. You just sort of got to bet on them turning around like I'm doing with Clark, Worrell, Houston, Dunkley, Flanders. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait, I could actually do this. Do I want to field Rechko or Filippo? Interesting. Would love to loop. I don't know. Maybe I'll just feel poo this week. Yeah, we'll run with this. Hopefully Dunkley bounces back. I don't know what his history's like against Carlton. Pretty bloody good. So, okay. Hopefully we get a Josh Dunkley masterclass this week. That would be nice. So, yeah, that's it for me this week, guys. Let me know how you went below in the comments. And let me know who you're thinking of trading in. I will see you same time next week. Bye, guys.